Wow, check out the age on some of those coins. Hello everybody, SilverPicker here, and today I want to go over the fourth and final installment in a series of videos detailing my last mega haul. So for those of you who haven't seen my last couple of videos, you gotta check them out. Take a look at the previews here on screen. There's one video on almost 100 ounces of silver that I got, another one on the Lincoln cents that I got, and another on Liberty V nickels that I got. And today we're going to go through this giant jumbled box of foreign coins. Now I already know that there are some silver ones in there because when I was buying them I separated a couple out, but there is plenty of cool stuff in here. I don't want to give too much of it away already, but there's some old World War II era Nazi coins, there are some old tokens, really interesting stuff. So like usual, I'm going to organize them and then we'll go through them and see if we got anything special. Alright, let's do it. Alright guys, take a look at this. Feast your eyes upon this variety. I am ecstatic about this part of the haul. Now, aside from the fact that we've got our little silver section over here, there's a lot of really interesting stuff in these areas, and I'm going to take you on a little tour of everything right now. Alright, so let's start us off with the tokens. Tokens I always found fascinating because there are just so many different varieties, and you know, it's a real slice of history because a lot of these places don't even exist anymore. I actually had some trouble finding information on some of these, so if any of you guys have any information on any of this, I would love to hear it. So this is the one that actually I think is the best. This one I found on eBay, and it goes for about 15 bucks. It's Jack and Charlie's 21. It's a club in New York City, and I love this back. Take a look at that. It's like the rear end of a pig or something. Kind of funny. So that's worth like 15 bucks. We got one from the Copacabana. We got one from the PM Club, the Oasis, two from the Old Village Inn, good for 5 cents in drinks, and a Marine Lounge on North Sheridan Road, good for $1 in drinks. Alright, now we got some British coins. Nothing too spectacular here. We got some Canadian pennies too. We got a 1932 and a 1929 Canadian penny. We have some older British copper. We've got 1917, and here I believe we have 1831. It's a little hard to read the date, but it's a shame it's in such terrible shape with this corrosion, but what a great coin otherwise. And we've got some older Irish stuff as well. And we got a couple Brazilian coins, 1925 and 1930. This really weird pockmarked Mexican coin. Don't know how it got like that. And a fairly modern Jamaican coin. Alright, next up we've got 3 coins from Switzerland and 3 coins from Italy. 3 Swiss coins are nothing special. We've got a couple from the 1930s, and the Italian coins are really interesting. This one in particular, it's not in great shape. It's 10 centesimi from 1866. Pretty cool. And these guys are from 1927 and from 1924. Alright, over here we have 4 coins from Morocco. The interesting thing about these coins is that they actually only have the Islamic calendar date on them. They don't have the typical, I guess, Christian calendar that we all use. Over here we have 1320, 2 from 1320, 1 from 1321, and 1 from 1340. I believe 1320 is around 1902, so that would be 1903, and then 1922. Alright, so over here we've got some Belgian coins, some French coins, and 1 coin from the Netherlands. These are mostly World War II era. You can see they've got like the aluminum coins and the zinc coins that are pretty corroded. I guess it's a good point right now to point out that the person whose collection this was actually a World War II veteran. I bought the collection from his grandson. He was actually over in Germany during the war and also in other parts of Europe immediately after the war, and that's where he got most of these coins, I believe. So you'll see some of the more interesting ones shortly. But over here, one thing that I want to point out that I think is really interesting is while I was doing research on these coins, I found out that these post-World War II Belgian 2 franc coins actually have a little bit of an interesting history. You can see that they're a little bit rusty, and that's because they are on steel planchets. Believe it or not, with the assistance of the US government after World War II, the United States shipped over a whole bunch of blank planchettes that were going to be used for the 1943 steel cent and actually used them for these Belgian 2 franc coins. That is super interesting. The rest of this stuff is actually not that interesting. If you're a collector of World War II era coins from Europe, then this might interest you a little bit more. But in terms of monetary value, there's not that much here. All right, guys, we are just a few steps away from seeing some silver. But before we get there, I have a bunch of really, really interesting German and pre-Germany German states coins that I want to show you. They are really, really interesting from a historical perspective, and I really just like researching them and learning more about them. Now, I will say there are a number of Nazi coins here, and in a previous video that I detail a bunch of Nazi silver coins, I got a lot of hate speech and neo-Nazi nonsense in the comments. I don't censor my comments section because I think you guys should be able to speak your minds, but I'm putting my foot down. I do not want to see any hate speech in the comments section relating to these coins. We have a lot of young numismatists and a lot of just normal people that don't want to see that when they come to watch a video about coins. So I will not tolerate it. I will delete your comments and I will report them to YouTube. So let's get into the coins. Okay, so over here we have the pre-World War II 1920s era coins from Germany. And over here we have the infamous Nazi-era Reichspfennigs. So over here we have a 5 Reichspfennig coin, which of course you see the eagle clutching the Nazi symbol, the swastika, over the date 1941. And you can see the 5 over here. These coins are made out of zinc, and they've gotten pretty corroded over the years. Here's the 10, also with the same eagle clutching the swastika on the reverse. And the 1 Reichspfennig coin. Okay, and over here, actually what I find much more interesting are the pre-Germany German states era coins from the early to mid 1800s and even one from the 1700s. As you can see here, they even have different spellings based on the different states. I find that fascinating. Here's a 2 Pfennig, P-F-E-N-N-I-G-E from 1850, and a 2 Pfennig, P-F-E-N-N-I-N-G from 1866. And these are, of course, from different states. Isn't that fascinating? And then we have Kreuzer, one from 1860 and one from 1816. Isn't this unbelievable, the age on this stuff? It's too bad some of these are kind of corroded. And these two I find the most interesting. These are 1 Pfennig, this one from 1833, and this one from 1770. I mean, wow, take a look at the age on that. This one's really in great shape, though. This almost looks like a hammered coin. If it is, and you know what it is, let me know in the comments below. I'd really appreciate it. It's really, really fascinating. Okay, and last but not least, before we move on to the silver, just some interesting things. These are a couple of ripped up banknotes from Belgium. I'll probably trash these because I can't imagine that they are worth anything in this shape. But it's still interesting, and it's interesting that these were in the box with the coins. But this one I find really interesting. This is a coin from Monaco, and it's a 1 franc coin, yet there is no date. I find that so interesting. I have to do a little more research into it, but if any of you guys know anything about this coin and why it doesn't have a date, I'm really, really curious to know. So hit me up in the comments below and let me know about that. Really, really interesting. Alright guys, we have arrived at the silver. I am very excited to share this stuff with you because it is super, super interesting. So why don't we just crack into it and you'll get to see everything that I got. So, first off, we've got a bunch of British stuff. We have, over here, we have a couple threepence, which this one actually, I believe, is from Australia. 1925, and you can see the kangaroos on there. Really nice shape. I believe this is also sterling. It's got some nice toning. Very nice coin. And then just some run-of-the-mill 6-pence coins, a 1 shilling, a 2 shilling, a half crown. But over here, this is really interesting. I've actually never had an Irish silver coin before. This one's from 1928, and I believe it's actually 65% silver. 1928, and it's got the horse on it, And over here, a Belgian silver coin, a 20 franc coin from 1934. It's not in great shape, but silver's silver. Am I right? Now this coin bracelet is super interesting. I've gotten a bunch of coin bracelets before, but usually I don't get them with silver coins. Usually I get them with like Indian head pennies and stuff like that, or other European coins that are just not worth anything but are old and pretty, I guess. But this has only silver coins. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different silver threepence coins. And you can see here, this one's a Victorian era. They're all different years. And they've actually been hammered into this like concave, convex, sort of a contact lens type shape. Really interesting. I'll probably sell it as jewelry on eBay or something, or to one of you guys if you want it. It's a really nice thing. If you're a numismatist, a coin collector into silver, and you want a cool bracelet, this is definitely unique. It's surely handmade as well. Now, some more interesting stuff. We have here 2 Nazi-era silver coins. We have over here a 2 Reichsmark Nazi coin with the big eagle and the big swastika, and Paul von Hindenburg on the back. And we have the 5's Reichsmark. It's such a shame. These would be such beautiful coins if they didn't have such a terrible history attached to them. I mean, this side of the coin is absolutely stunning. Beautiful design of the building. And it's marred by these terrible symbols of hate. Very interesting, though. Very interesting, though. And certainly a piece of history. And last but not least, the nicest piece in this entire lot, my favorite piece, is a 1909 2 shillings from Great Britain with absolutely exquisite rainbow toning. Look at that. I'm not sure if the camera can fully pick up the brilliant colors, but I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. Look at that. It is just spectacular. Alright guys, that's it. You've seen it all. This has been such a fun haul, I must say. From the 3 previous videos where I showed you nearly 100 ounces in American silver, the US cents, the US nickels, and now of course this trip around the world and through time. It has been so interesting going through these coins. From the moment I purchased them to the point where I went through them and did all the research to the point now where I'm sharing them with you, it has just been an awesome, awesome adventure. I've really, really enjoyed it. Now, here's my time for the plug. So if any of you guys are interested in any of these coins, everything you see here and everything in this entire video is indeed for sale. I'm happy to sell it to many of you, one of you, whoever wants it. Shoot me an email at thesilverpicker@gmail.com or just leave me a comment in the comment box below. Now, please do all that YouTube stuff that I always ask you to do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already. Please hit that bell button next to the subscribe button. That will send you alerts that let you know every time I post a new video, so you're sure not to miss any of my great content. Give me a like. I would love for you to hit that thumbs up button. It really helps the channel. It helps spread the word. Ends up getting more people watching the videos and learning all sorts of cool things about coins, silver, and picking. Also, hit me up on these social media platforms. Each of these I'm going to be posting pictures that are exclusive, lots of sneak peeks and other cool behind-the-scenes stuff. So please be sure to follow me on there. And, of course, I've really enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have too. And until next time, SilverPicker out.